Hi, and welcome back to my channel, the podcast that brings lost legends, strange stories, and hidden truths back into the light. I'm your host, Cecile, and today we are traveling to the windswept fields of northern France to uncover a haunting story buried beneath centuries of silence. This is the tale of the witches of Artois. And one woman in particular, Marguerite, a healer or a witch, a victim or a villain. Let's find out. The region of Artois in northern France is known today for its rolling farmland, charming villages, and historic towns like Arras and Saint-Omer. But in the 60s and the 70s centuries, this land burned with fear, not from war, but from witch hunts. Across Europe, the late Renaissance brought with it a wave of religious paranoia and superstition. In France, the fear of witches was especially intense in the north, and Artois was no exception. Hundreds of women, mostly poor, old, or simple different, were accused of making pacts with the devil. Many were tortured, many were executed. And in the earth of this dark chapter, we find the story of Marguerite. No one remembers exactly where Marguerite was born. Some say she came from a village near Béthune, others claim she lived on the edge of the wood outside Lens. What we do know is that by the early 1600s she lived alone. A woman in her 50s, known for her garden of strange herbs and her ability to cure fevers and ease childbirth. In another time, she might have been called a healer, but in this time, she was called something else, a sorcière. Whispers began. When a farmer's cows stopped giving milk, he blamed Marguerite. When hail destroyed crops in June, they said it was her doing. And when a child died suddenly one autumn night, fear turned to fury. She was arrested, dragged to the town of Arras, and put on a trial for witchcraft. They said she danced with the devil, that she spoke to crows, that her touch could rot wood. She denied everything until the torture began. Under the agony of torture, Marguerite confessed, as many did. She admitted to flying on broomsticks and cursing fields. She signed her name in blood, they claimed. And so she was sentenced to death. On a cold winter morning, she was burned alive in the village square. People watched in silence. The sky was grey. Some said the flames hissed her name, Marguerite. But the story doesn't end there. That night, a storm struck the village. The church bell rang 3 times, though no one was inside. And for generations afterward, people said they heard a woman's laughter in the fields every time it rained. Even today, locals whisper that Marguerite still walks among the windflowers, touching for justice. Was Marguerite real? There are no official records of a woman by that name burned for witchcraft in Artois, but that's not unusual. Many records were lost or never kept. What matters is that stories like hers were common. From the 1400s to the 1700s, thousands of women across Europe were accused of sorcery, often because they lived alone, practiced herbal medicine, or simply didn't fit in. Artois, like many regions, was a stage for this fear. Women's lives ended in flames and silence followed. But storytelling changed that. When we speak their names, tell their stories, we return some of the dignity they were denied. So, the next time you walk through a quiet field in northern France, and the wind picks up, the sky darkens, listen closely. You might just hear Marguerite, the woman they called a witch. Thank you for joining me today on this podcast. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps more people discover these forgotten voices. And if you know a legend or local mystery you'd like me to explore, send me a message. I'd love to read it. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your ears to the past.